Hello, everyone. It is your favorite College for Free coach. Yes, it is I, yours truly, the College Prep Boss. Thank you for joining me with another edition with the College Prep Boss. So, today, our focus for getting college and career ready is going to deal with how to maximize the remaining 30 to 60 days, depending on where you live. You got about 30 to 60 days left of the summer before school starts back. It's like, OMG, we just got out and we're about to start school again. Who wants to hear anything about back to school? Well, I know we don't want to hear it, but I mean, it's just the nature of where we're at, especially if you're in a state like Georgia, where school starts back August 4th. So we got to start thinking about how do we get our kids ready for this next school year, especially if you have a high school junior, high school senior, because this these coming months are going to be very, very critical in terms of making sure they are college and career ready. So I'm going to drop some quick tips for you right now. Not going to hold you long, but I want to give you these tips so you can start implementing them. The first one, I believe everybody's already been doing this. And that's why I decided to wait on sharing these tips because I recognize this even with our clients. Everybody needed a break, a mental break, a physical break, a break, period. So I didn't want to overwhelm everyone. So I was like, let's just wait until July because coming out of this past school year, people were stressed, were exhausted, were anxious, and everybody just needed a reprieve. I know I needed one, but I know my families needed one as well. So this is one of the challenges I've given them is to reset. This is the time to reset. Not only are we resetting as a country, well, those who are leaders are thinking about, hey, how do I make the second half of this year better than the first half? We got to do the same thing as parents, as guardians, as mentors of our future leaders. So we got to think about how to maximize the second half of the year, but also how to maximize the remaining days we have before the school year, starts back up again. I know I'm just, okay. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing or the first tip I had was to do something fun, relaxing, and family oriented. I think this is really the time to really maximize our time with family members. COVID has taken a toll on the entire family, from the smallest to the oldest, in so many different ways. So make sure you not only do something that's that's fun. Hopefully you've already done that so far. Something that's relaxing. Do something that's family oriented. You still got time to do that. So please do that because your mental capacity is in desperate need of it, especially before the new school year starts. So that's number one. So number two, what we're advising you to do is to find a family project. I know, just listen. Find a family project to complete that's fun and educational. So I said fun, but it's also educational. This is especially great if your kids are anxious about science, if they're anxious about math because you're struggling in those areas. There are so many creative and unique things you can do as a family that can expose them to science and math in a non-traditional format that helps to stimulate their brain, get them ready for this next school year. We have this holiday season we're coming off of, but there are so many other opportunities where you can take advantage of this. So, find little projects that's going to be attractive to them as well as you. Something as simple as making fingernail polish, with your daughter. Having a and then have a pamper session. We get to relax, have fun, and educate at the same time. You can do something as simple as bake a cake, bake some cookies, because it's going to involve measurement. And that's a form of teaching them about math. So this is where you got to think outside the box. You got to get creative. And if you're looking for ideas, really just go and Google home, fun, experimental activities that involve science, that involves math. And this would be an exciting and a great way to get them thinking, to help them see science, the applicability of science and math in everyday life. So get some get some fun recipes, do them together, get a building block set and build something. So the list goes on and on, but find a family project that you can complete together that's fun and is educational at the same time. Now, if there's other areas where they're struggling, then you will search for activities that's catering to that from a writing standpoint, reading standpoint, but just make sure it serves those purposes. So our third tip is go camping or do something outside that involves nature. Now, I know you're like, oh, I'm not an outside person. I'm not either. But there are some cool things outside that helps to stimulate our minds. It speaks to our endorphins. It just helps us to relax. Because again, these last 12, 16, 18 months have been very, very stressful. So doing a nature walk, going camping, walking by some water, just having family bonding time in a natural environment that involves nature is a great way to help release the stress everyone has been under. And this could be something you can do on a regular basis. And it may be a great way to just have that small talk with your scholar about their future, about their goals, about what they want to do with their future, but how would they like to see this new school year? Are they still stressed or anxious about the last school year? It's just a great time to have a conversation in a relaxing, refreshing environment. So take a nature walk or do something involving nature. Shoot, go fly a kite. That could be fun as well. So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4 is participate in a learning camp. Now, I know you're like, okay, you just said that they're mentally exhausted, and why would we want to do something like that? Well, here's the thing. Because of what happened with COVID, many of our students, there's a learning gap that exists. So when they start school back, there is a high chance they're going to feel behind, which is going to feed into anxiety and their stress levels for the coming year. So this is a way to ease them back into the school year and make sure they're more prepared and they're ready. There are some free camps. I know Khan Academy, if you followed our page, I know we shared it. But if you go to Khan Academy, they have a summer camp that's going on right now, a learning camp, and it's in different areas, depending on where your child, has the greatest opportunity. You can utilize that as an exercise. And it's not an all-day thing. It's just a way to help get them prepped and ready for the new school year, to help them tackle those areas where they're a little bit more anxious concerning how they're going to perform and so forth. So look at learning camps so that you can help mitigate that in advance. Okay. The last thing is engage in future exercise. Study, shadow. I'm sorry, study. I lost my train of thought. Yeah. Study, shadow, report out on a career field of interest. It's important for us to expose our scholars to different careers because, one, it helps them to get a gauge for what that career field entails and what it doesn't. Because a lot of times our students have a misunderstanding or a limited level of understanding about what a career entails. So we want to expose them to it. So part of your family exercise can be around a particular career field. Tap into your network. Find people in those particular areas. Have your child do a virtual coffee chat or go and meet them for coffee and have them interview them. You can get very creative in this, but the ultimate goal is to gather the intel needed to understand what various career fields can do. The industries that exist today are different from how they existed a few years ago. There are industries that exist today that didn't exist a few years ago, and that's going to continue to happen. So you have to get out and explore. You have to get out and network. You have to get out and talk to other people. So you have to expose them and teach them how to gather this information so that they are that much more informed before they leave high school. Is better for them to have an idea about what they want to major in before leaving high school versus them getting to college and trying to figure it out. And the key to that is through exposure, exposing them to fields that they're interested in, as well as those that are related. So don't limit the scope to, okay, let me give you an example. We have a lot of students who want to become vets. They want to go into veterinary science. There are other related fields that have great opportunities and oftentimes have funding tied to them, like veterinary technology, animal science, majoring in agriculture. I mean, there's so much money in that particular field. They can major in that as an undergrad and then pursue veterinary science as a graduate degree. So look for those relatable career fields so that they can see and start learning about what we call in industry transferable skills. This again is going to help them be that much more prepared, that much more competitive as well. So let's do a quick recap. Then I'm going to let you get back to your evening. So these are the 5 things we're 5 tips we're suggesting you do to maximize the rest of the summer. All right. So first and foremost, hey, we're having fun, we're relaxing, and we're doing something family oriented. We got to look at how to bridge the gap and work together as a family. So that's first and foremost. So secondly, we are finding a family project that we can complete together that is fun and educational. I didn't say or, I said and. Fun and educational. If you're on our mailing list, we shared some summer recipes. That's a great way to execute this particular step. Step number 3, go camping or do something that involves nature. All right. Go camping or do something that involves nature. So you want to incorporate some type of family and learning environment that involves nature and camping. 4th item is participate in a learning camp. We want to get back into learning mode because we're in some instances, you're less than 30 days before school starts again. So you want to ease your child back into the learning environment. So take advantage of organizations or learning camp opportunities like that of Khan Academy. And there's others out there. That's just one I know off the top of my head. So that's the fourth step. And the last one, the fifth one, last but not least, is to engage in a career exploration exercise. So work with your scholar to investigate, to research, to shadow, interview, report out on the career fields of study that they're interested in, as well as those that are similar in nature and related to their career field of study, so that they have a more rounded view around what they could potentially pursue as it relates to profession, a post-secondary professional option. So those are the 5 tips I'm leaving with you to help you maximize your remaining time this summer. And it's just something to think about too, as we're looking at how to reset and how to maximize the second half of this year, 2021. Like, wow, it's half of the year's already gone. So how are you going to make the second half better? Hope you're able to take these practical, simple, easy steps, apply them. It's nothing to it. All you got to do is just do it. So thank you for joining me for another edition with College Prep Boss. If you have any questions, you can always follow us on our social media pages. You can also check us out on our website. So go to collegeprepboss.com. That'll give you more information about what we're doing. You can follow us on our YouTube channel, all that good stuff. And of course, we're on Facebook and Instagram. So I am Coach T. Will is the ID. So we look forward to catching you, to connecting with you. Until next time, remember, the time to be ready is not the time to get ready. All right. We're learning how to stay ready, stay in a place of readiness so that we can always be in position to take advantage of every opportunity that comes our way. That is how you maximize life. That is how you maximize every opportunity. So again, this is your favorite College for Free coach, the College Prep Boss herself, signing out. Until next time, stay safe, everyone. Go have fun.